what's going on, guys? Master V Hands here, aka the. That sound like a southern guy. What's going on, guys? Master V Hands here, aka the Clockmaster. What's going on, guys? Master V Hands here, aka the Clockmaster. I'm here with my wife,
Shannon, aka Captain Pix.
We're finally here to talk about the Batman. Dum 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 dum.
All I've been listening to.
Yeah, that's all I've been listening to. Yeah, man. You can obviously tell that we're excited. I mean, we have to kind of like stay tight-lipped about it, but
Yeah.
you can already hear. I'm just gonna say, I really like this movie. Okay, as you can already tell. I don't know what you have to say.
I mean, I think we liked it enough to go back and see it a second and a third time when it actually comes out. So
we are seeing it again tonight at the time you guys are watching. Well, the time that you guys are seeing this video, it will be tonight, the 28th. So we are seeing it again. So you're gonna get we're gonna make another video, basically like saying like our thoughts after the second viewing, so we can like get our like initial reaction, and then you'll hear our thoughts on everything after that. But before we get into the informal part of the review, please consider subscribing if you want to see more of my thoughts on this and any other movies that are coming out this year that you may be excited about, like Doctor Strange, whatever it is. Make sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts and comments down below if you guys are excited for Batman, because there's a lot that I can say, and some things that I think is just good for you to see when you go into the theater and watch this for yourself. So this movie was directed by Matt Reeves, my guy. It's like I thought I knew exactly how I wanted to structure this video, and then like here, like
it all just goes right out the window.
Goes out the window. Put the camera on, and it's all over. But I will say this, as I already said, we really enjoyed this film. I've been listening to the soundtrack and the score, like the first 3 songs when they released them out, and initially I was like, man, like how is this gonna work for a Batman film? Like how is it gonna fit? Because like it didn't feel like the grand epic scale that like the Hans Zimmer soundtrack had. But then watching the movie, it was like a symbiotic kind of connection.
Yeah.
It was like I think it fit the overall theme and the tone of the film all together. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that part of it?
Yeah, because I mean, obviously in the song there's moments where it's like, you know, lighter toned and like darker and more mysterious, and it really like plays throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
So it kind of represents him as a whole.
Yes.
Really interesting to say as a song, because like there's a lot of theme songs that are like, okay, they play it like once or twice, and
The motifs, yeah.
yeah, but this really brings you into the whole movie.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I do agree that it does bring you into the entire film, simply because his version of Bruce Wayne, which I know you guys really want to hear my thoughts on that. I will touch on it without going into spoilers, but his version of Bruce Wayne and Batman really works. Like honestly, like genuine. Because look, I went into this knowing it was going to be what I wanted, but I got more than what I expected initially, because I'll say this is a different type of Batman. Like I would say a really true to form Batman. Like I'll just say this: world's greatest detective. Okay? So world's greatest detective, that's his name, right? So keep that in mind. But they really do a lot of things that you've never really seen Batman do live action. And we recently just watched all of the Batman films, like most of the popular ones on her channel, because she hadn't seen them. But like we did Michael Keaton, Batman '89, we did Batman Returns. We didn't watch the Val Kilmer stuff and Bat Hips. But we watched the whole Dark Knight trilogy. I would say this really shows a different side of Batman in a really good light.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and even him as Bruce Wayne was really fitting. And at first we look at it, you don't think it's gonna work. But the way that Matt Reeves structured the Gotham and the world and the characters and how everything flows, and especially the story, I think there's a lot of like really interesting and important moments within the story. The way that he structured a lot of that, it really fits into the world.
Yeah.
And Man, even how can I forget to mention Paul Dano as the Riddler, man? Like, the Riddler was one of the shining moments of this film.
Yeah, it was really interesting. 'Cause this is my first introduction, really, to Riddler.
Yeah.
Besides, like, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting. Like, I can't talk too much about it, obviously, but it was very interesting. He's a very interesting character.
Yeah. Selena Kyle, Zoe Kravits, really killed it as Catwoman, and I feel like she brought a different side to Catwoman that we haven't seen on screen either, because they add so much, I think, depth to her character.
Yeah, I feel like I really loved her as Catwoman because, like, everything you said really, like, brought a different side of her, and she really does have that depth.
She has so much to her story, and she really works as, you know, as a sort of companion in the story as well, because we're seeing it from two lenses. We're seeing the way how things play out from Batman's perspective, and the way how things play out from her perspective, and how both of their stories are interconnected in this overall story that they're pushing for us towards the end.
I would definitely say this movie is 100% the Bat.
Oh yeah, the Bat and the Cat, for sure. Like, I'm really skirting around a lot of the intricate details.
Like, I want to talk about it so bad, but we can't.
The movie is I think it's an art piece, bro. Like,
it is.
It really is. It is different, because even, like, I was listening to the whole soundtrack 2 days ago, and it's like some of the fight scenes and some of the fight choreography and stuff with some of the songs, you don't think it'll work at first. And then when you watch it, I think you kind of have to see the movie to really appreciate the soundtrack, because Michael Giacchino, like, the whole soundtrack really in itself is a complimentary piece, and it really carries the movie. Honestly, it really truthfully makes the movie. It's such an important part of the film, man. It's such an important part of the movie, and it helps carry the story along throughout, man. Like, the amount of things that they do, even cinematography wise, from my guy Greg Fraser, man, like, he did it again. My man Greg Fraser did it again with the cinematography. He was really killing it every single shot. That scene that you guys saw in the trailer, with the chase sequence with Penguin, the trailer, just wait till you actually see the whole thing. Wait till you see the actual whole thing. And I'm only mentioning it because it was shown in the trailer. If it wasn't in the trailer, I wouldn't even talk about it. But wait till you see the whole thing, and the music during that scene, I'm telling you, I genuinely think a good majority of you guys are really gonna enjoy this movie. Now, for negatives, there was, because I mean, we made it so far into the video, I don't know, people are like, oh man, he has nothing negative to say. There are a couple of negatives. Mainly one big negative.
Yeah, there are not too many, I feel. Because this is also, like, my first time seeing a Batman movie in theaters. So, like, I was, like, coming off the hype of it in the beginning, because we didn't film this, like, right after, or, like, the next day that we left the movie. So we had time to kind of think about
it. To digest, think about it, yeah.
So there really isn't too many negatives in my book.
Yeah, and I will say this: we saw this in a press crowd.
Yes.
With, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 people.
10, 15.
10, 15, and they were not the most enthusiastic people to be around. At least, because I've been to some press screenings where some other critics are a little bit more excited, but usually in that type of setting, all you normally see is people would pass out. There was, like, a lady in front of us writing. I'm really good at taking mental notes, so I normally don't write. If I'm watching a screener at home, like in the home office, then I would usually write if I need to, but sometimes I don't. But anyways, what I'm trying to make is, like, the crowd wasn't like a fan experience, right?
Yeah,
like,
definitely, like,
it was movie critic, and sometimes press screenings. That's just to give you an idea, because, like, normally, like, when we see movies, I don't know, if I saw a movie and the crowd really loved it, like No Way Home, I'm gonna come out the theater like, oh my god, this movie was great, this movie was amazing. But we left the critic screening with a really boring crowd, except for one guy behind us that was like, laughing at those random moments and like cheering on at the most random moments.
Yeah, not even like related moments.
Yeah, not even related moments. Yeah, no, besides that, like we still came out really excited on our own, so that I feel like that's a testament. But to get to the negative, I'm kind of talking too much. The negative was there were some pacing issues in the middle because this movie is bordering 3 hours.
Yeah, you're gonna have some slower moments.
Yeah, there were some slower moments and there were some moments in the middle of the movie that I felt maybe wasn't needed, but then like thinking about it now, it was needed for the story. I just felt like they could have trimmed it down a little bit. Certain sequences they could have trimmed out a little bit. You know, what are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, I mean, when we first came out, I had said that too. That like some of they just prolonged it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like they could have shortened some of them slightly, but I mean, overall it wasn't too bad. It was just like some bits in the middle.
Yeah.
Because like the beginning and the end were like fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Like pacing was great. Everything was, you know, go, but not like overly.
Yeah.
Like, you know how sometimes it's like too fast and like it wasn't like that. It was like a perfect kind of pacing for that.
Yeah, for the most part. And like I said, that was just my first experience. I was slightly tired.
We had a long day.
It was a long day. I was slightly tired. The crowd wasn't giving me the energy I needed.
Yeah.
So hopefully when we see it again tonight, you'll actually get our afterthoughts on everything, just to see what we think about it after the second viewing.
Digest it a little more.
Yeah, digest it some more. Maybe see if a different crowd will affect our experience.
Yeah, and then we're going back for the crowd.
Yeah, we're going back again to see this movie.
That's gonna be the most exciting one.
See it with fans. Yeah, I can't wait to actually go to the normal fan screening on Thursday, because I feel like, you know, I do love seeing things early with critics, and I do love the ability to kind of, because sometimes I like to just, there's a pro and a con to it. Like I like to sit down with the critics sometimes, and there's not the most like random people yelling and talking over a bit, and like it's more of a common place of respect. Because everyone kind of knows that they're there to watch a film to review.
They're there for work.
You're there for work. Like you're there you're there to critique a film, right? So everyone is there with respect. They're not gonna try to over talk for the most part. That's not been my experience. But at the fan screenings, anything happens. All bets off. Like everyone's gonna say whatever they want to say. It's gonna be loud. There's gonna be popcorn flying over the place.
Especially superhero
movies. So there's a benefit to that too, though, because sometimes the energy of the fan screenings, the auditorium, will really help an experience for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, and plus we get to see it in IMAX this week, because unfortunately the person we saw wasn't in IMAX. So, but getting to see it in IMAX this weekend, so it's gonna be great. So, to wrap it up, overall, guys, the movie literally as of right now is a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah. As of right now, I don't know about you.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, sure. It's definitely one of the better Batman films. I think it's really going to change the game. Robert Pattinson, his Batman voice, the whole feel, the whole tone of the movie.
That's the other thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
It felt very natural.
Very natural, yeah.
As opposed to like Christian Bale, like...
Where is he?
Yeah. Yeah, this one felt like it was very natural. It wasn't like pushing too much.
It was, you know what, and one thing I will say too, to add to that, was, you know, we always talk about Batman being the true Bruce Wayne and Bruce Wayne being a mask. This movie does that really well. Yeah. This guy is, when he has on that cowl and he's Batman, like that's him. Like that is who he is. That's not an extension of him. Like that is him.
Yeah.
And there were some bits and pieces where they show uncomfortable moments when he's not in the cowl, and I won't dive into that because it'll be spoiler territory, but there were some moments where you can see that dynamic shift acting wise from Robert Pattinson, because he really killed it this movie with his acting. I mean, I've seen him in other stuff. You haven't seen him, but this is the first thing you've seen in him
outside of Twilight.
Outside of Twilight, yeah. So that's a major shift going from Twilight to this. So, I don't know, I saw him in Lighthouse, I saw him in some other movies, some other indie projects he did, so I know the kind of acting that he can bring to the table. And I was there. Another thing I wanted to touch on too, the chemistry too with the cast, and the chemistry between Catwoman and like Zoe Kravits and
y'all have been seeing the videos and stuff recently of the two of them, so you can kind of already get an idea
Hey,
of
bro.
the chemistry they have.
Look, I said this before, I say it again. Something happened on set, bro. That's all I'm saying. Something happened on set because their chemistry was
Astronomical.
It was top notch.
Yeah.
It worked for the film though because they had a genuine connection that is represented a lot in the comic books. I feel like this is a really comic book accurate Catwoman and Batman, in my opinion, man. Like I would say that just their chemistry was just on par, man. Like I really loved Jim Gordon in this. He was great. Colin Farrell was really great as the Penguin. He really was one of my favorites in the movie too, man. Like he had one specific line in the movie that I just freaking loved so much. It was like it was placed in a random spot, but like the way how it was executed, man, it was so great. Paul Dano, I feel like everyone just did an amazing job with their performances. Acting wise, you didn't have any coffee this morning.
No. One time.
Oh, my yawny person, always yawning. No, but yeah, no, it's the acting was top notch. The score, chemistry, the overall cinematography was great. The fight choreography really worked. Just Gotham. It's weird to say Gotham was beautiful. Like Gotham felt like Gotham, but it also felt like Matt Reeves Gotham. Like he really put like what we know, like what we seen, because you haven't seen War for the Planet of the Apes, one of my favorite movies. Okay, love that film. That movie made me a Matt Reeves fan. Like what he did with that movie, the scale was just crazy. But like being able to tie that in this movie and his style and the way that he does things, it's just amazing. So yeah, I mean that's all I can really say for now. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to this. I know I've been rambling a lot.
That's it.
Then that's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The movie premieres March 3rd. March 3rd for preview.
Yes.
Yeah, I know most of you guys already got your tickets.
I know there's some fan screenings like tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a fan screening like literally tomorrow.
Or is it tonight?
No, it's tomorrow first. Yeah. Oh yeah, so a lot of you guys are gonna see this movie tomorrow. So awesome, man. Yeah, for those who are excited, who got tickets for the fan screening, the special fan screening on the 1st, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Come back and let us know if we're gassing it up too much. Like I feel like personally, I really enjoyed it. Just nobody from WB reached out to me to tell me to say anything in this video.
Being paid, not being told to say anything.
Not being paid, we're not being told. I just genuinely really like film. Really enjoyed the movie. Really enjoyed the soundtrack. The soundtrack. Directing. The script was amazing. The story was overall great. And again, you'll get our second thoughts again once we see the film for a second time tonight. And you'll hear our updated thoughts to see if anything changes from this video. So.
I doubt it.
But we'll see. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's see you in the next one. Please check out Shannon's channel. The link is down below. We did a bunch of Batman reactions to all those movies you mentioned on her channel. So check that out, and we'll see you in the next one. Clockmaster and
Copy, thanks.
out.